Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of the Hoops League Association on Hoops League TV. I'm the commissioner of the league, Cyclops Inc., and I'm joined here in the booth by Lethal on Discord, otherwise known in the league as Arizona 122 Star Center Beef Jerky, as we see the San Francisco Quakes travel to LA, their in-state rivals, to take on the Stars. Here in Game 4, our first primetime matchup of the season. Beef, so glad to have you here.
Thank you very much. Great to be commentating this game today of arguably the best front court against the back court. Great two teams tonight, top teams in the league undefeated, but someone has to take a loss tonight, ready to get this started.
Two top teams indeed. San Francisco actually, in their last game, took down your 122 in a close 75-71 affair. What did you see from them in that game that makes you call them one of the best teams in the league?
Really resilient. Me and Murphy are really hard to hold down. First game of the season, we combined for about 43 points. Carlo and Darth really kept us below, both at 50%. Hickman, King, and Josh all stepped up to the table. When they're performing like that and they're able to have their front court really holding down some of the top scorers in the league and their back court's really able to get those points up, the team's almost unbeatable. Really impressive showing for them.
We'll have to see what San Francisco, with their two number one picks, Lowe and Jor-El, can put up against this vaunted LA team who demolished the now 0-3 San Diego Surf in their last game, 95-79. Strunk and Joseph, the legendary backcourt duo, again went off in that game. What makes LA so difficult to stop outside of those two, as far as you're concerned?
They have an elite rebounding center. I don't think it's getting enough shine. Jesus James has been a fantastic rebounder. He's been constantly on the board. Along with this, they have two elite players coming off the bench. Rixie, I believe is how I pronounce that name, is coming off the bench, giving at least 10 points per game. I believe his average is sitting around 7 right now. Along with this, they have Mahi Carr, who's coming off the bench as well, also giving them about 8 to 7 points. Fantastic production coming off the bench. No matter if they're subs or not, they're having great production, and they're having a lot of high scoring outside of Poland and Carl.
As you take a look at the starting lineups for these teams today, actually, Rizky in the starting lineup. He matches up with Jor-El at the center. It's Sakuragi at the 4 for LA, Tobias DiPieri, the 3, and Strong and Joseph in the backcourt. Then for San Francisco, Jor-El, of course, the man in the middle. Kyron Hickman and just J.O.S. in the backcourt. Anthony King and Carlo, the 3 and the 4 pairing. So Jesus James coming off the bench today for LA. How much of an advantage does it give them to have two great centers to play?
Gives them a huge advantage, if you ask me. As we all know, San Fran's backup center is Sir Shooter. When he gets matched up against Jesus James, it's going to allow Jesus James to be as offensively capable as he was last game, having over 20 points. It's going to be really hard for Sir Shooter to stop him. This is going to give them the Stars some momentum on the bench rotations. It'll be interesting how it plays out.
Well, we'll have to see how it plays out indeed as we get started here. San Francisco and LA tipping off here in this matchup of undefeated Western Conference Titans. And San Francisco winning the tip. J.O.S. immediately yanks a 3 that he can't hit. Strong on the board. Sakuragi the other end missed it, got his own rebound, steps back up, and can't punch home the dunk. Carlo with great defense there. At the other end, King misses a 3. Sakuragi on the board. Joseph on a deep 2 will get the first points of the game here for LA. J.O.S. 3-pointer, he cans one from the corner. Hickman on the feed. Joseph at the other end, able to respond. Carl Joseph, 5 quick points for LA. And Jor-El with a little layup at the other end, not perturbed by Rizky's presence there. Strong wing shot, no good. J.O.S. on the board. And Anthony King the other way for San Francisco. Tied at 5 with 30 seconds gone. Carlo, short shot's good, and then the mid-range King on the assist. Strong for 3, will get one to go from the corner. 8-7 it is now. J.O.S. stepping up, takes a 3, can't hit it. He's 1 of 3 so far as Rizky pulls down the board. Sakuragi, who's seen a lot of the ball early in this game, driving on it now. Gets a screen, steps up, and Jor-El sends that one back. Carlo rebounds it, and Carlo at the other end didn't get the bucket. Strong on the rebound, that's his second. Here's Sakuragi with the ball again for LA, and he'll get one to go as San Francisco will call time. So 7-10 early, LA with the advantage. A minute gone.
makes a lot of sense what San Fran's doing right now in response to the Lakers. But what I think is unfortunate is that the Lakers see that this Carlo and Jorel is going to get exhausted. It's always having to guard Ritzy on the bottom. And if they get too tired and fatigued, we'll see what happened last night against Arizona happen, where they're not going to have those double-digit figures. I think LA's doing a great job trying to get them tired. We'll see if they keep feeding down into the low post.
Close game so far in all aspects. So Robinson's in for San Francisco here, excuse me. He gives to Hickman, who can't hit one over DiPieri. The other end, Strunk will pull on a three. That's no good, and Dawes 20 pulls down the board. Hickman, guarded by the Kryptonite, able to knock one down from the wing, and that'll cut it back down to one. Strong for three, and he continues to struggle to start this game. Just one of four. Robinson now, driving on Strong. Takes a step back, good move in the mid-range, free himself up, and he gives San Francisco the 1-point advantage. Rizky able to quickly take it back at the other end, though, as Joseph on the feed. Casey Lowry, the fourth-year player now, coming off the bench, able to take a shot there on the wing, but Rizky with the good contest gets the rebound at the other end. DiPieri, and he can hit that three. Loves that wing-out shot. At the other end, Hickman responds. Big confident step back and tit-for-tat action so far as Joseph hits a three-pointer, and Joseph with a steal on Robinson. Carl Joseph certainly hot so far in this game, and he throws up the alley-oop to Kryptonite. That'll extend the lead to 6 for Los Angeles. Hickman missed on a three. Everything going LA's way right now. Joseph could not get that one to go. Would have made this place explode. And DiPieri with a good block there on Hickman, who's just 2 of 5 now. But DiPieri gets blocked at the other end by Casey Lowry. Sir Shooter, guy you picked out for an important matchup early, he can't get that one to go as Rizky remains in the game. The Kryptonite here, driving on Hickman, and Hickman able to get the pilfer there. Not known for his defense, but he gets the steal. Hickman, off a screen, pulls a three, knocks it down. Kyron Hickman, 8 points early in this game as we're halfway through the first half. Strong on a three-pointer, and it is still a 6-point game. Casey Lowry, step back three, not his shot, but Sir Shooter gets the rebound. Big offensive board here for San Francisco as Shooter able to knock down the deep two, and LA will call time. So, a 4-point game with 2:19 to go here in the first half. LA leading it.
One of the most dangerous things about this Laker team, like we were saying, is their backcourt and Poland and Carl Joseph. These guys can shoot it, and Poland is right now. The stars are kind of, he's getting into it, slow start, but with Carl Joseph here, he's going to allow this Los Angeles team to really ramp up, even when Poland isn't shooting it the lights out. I'm still surprised to haven't subbed in Jesus James. May just be holding him off. He had a big night last night, so maybe that's just the reason why. But when he comes in, I think they're going to take this lead way further than what it is right now.
We'll have to see. Certainly one of the strengths of that LA team with the star backcourt tandem, that if one of them's having an off night, the other one almost certainly isn't. And that they're both superstars in their own right. So a couple changes here as we get the action back started. It's for LA, Briuk Massacard coming in as Joseph gets a rest, and Strunk will take a seat in favor of Hawk Rosario. Still no Jesus James on this court. Meanwhile, J.O.S. checks back in for San Francisco, and he's accompanied by Felipe Santos, who subs in for Kyron Hickman. Jor-El remains out there, as does Carlo and Anthony King. And it's Briuk Massacard with the ball. Deep two, did not get it. Rebound goes to Santos, the former Arizona 122 Atlanta activist and Miami Tides guard, as J.O.S. misses on a three there. Massacard, the alley-oop here. Sakuragi again! 2 missed dunks for Hanamichi Sakuragi today, the vet. 1 of 5 from the field, and San Francisco able to cut it to a 2-point game now, as Jor-El with the layup there. He's got 4. Kryptonite takes a tough contested shot. That was Jor-El, and Jor-El gets the rebound. And J.O.S. cannot tie the game at the other end. 1 of 5 from the former Boston Charm as he continues to struggle. Massacard misses on a 3. Rebound goes to Carlo. Felipe Santos inside the line here at the free throw line. Now dishes to Jor-El. Easy lane to the basket. And that's going to be 2 points every time as San Francisco ties the game at 23 apiece here. Minute 38 to go. This is Rosario. Another missed 3. LA gone cold from the field. Anthony King cannot put San Francisco up by 3 there. He's 0 of 2. Both teams not feeling it from outside so far. Massacard contested 2, no good, 0 of 3 from him off the bench, and now Jor-El will give San Francisco the lead. Quick 8-0 run, 6 of the points have come from him. Sakuragi able to respond at the other end though. And now Rizky with a block on Jor-El, big time to stop the momentum. We remain even at 25. Rosario, 3-pointer, no. 0 for 2 from him now. Jor-El grabbed the rebound. Santos at the other end also can't hit. Cold shooting abound from both sides here, and Rosario will finally can one in the corner. Down near the 1 minute mark in the first half. Santos, mid-range, step back, got it. 1 point game it is. Sakuragi gets the ball again, and Carlo defends him well, stops the shot. Jor-El the rebound. Jayas at the other end. Into the paint, puts it up, and gets the little hook to go. 5 points from him. This is Massacard at the other end. Takes a step back 3-pointer and knocks it down. Well, he can't hit that shot, and so can Jayas at the other end. Back and forth they go now. San Francisco up by 1. Rosario, mid-range, got it. 5 from him off the bench as well. And LA loves his contributions. San Francisco would love some contributions from Anthony King, but he passes up the mid-range look, gives to Jayas. Step back, good move, couldn't hit it. Jayas had all the time in the world to shoot that ball and missed the open J. Massacard at the other end. Drives, dribbling down this clock, gives to Rizky, evades Jayas, puts up the free throw line. Jay didn't get it. Jor-El the rebound, and Jor-El will take a 3.5. Ill-advised shot selection, and that's where we'll end it. 33-32 after 1 half of action. Both teams struggling to shoot from the field under 45%, but it's LA who have the 1 point advantage so far. Beef, anything jump out to you from this team overview?
As of right now, Massacre and Hawk Rosario are really keeping LA in. What I'm noticing is that Jor-El and Carlo are both in right now, not able to really take a lead against the bench of the Stars. It's going to be really interesting as we get into this third and fourth quarter in the second half of the game, because now we have a fully fresh Carl and a fully fresh Poland against a little bit still tired Jor-El and Darth and Carlo. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens, but I think the Lakers might start making a lead to start the third.
And that bench is such an advantage for LA. We've talked about it before. As you look at the San Francisco stats here, no leading scorer. Hickman, Jayas, and Jor-El all with 8 points apiece. Jor-El 4 of 6 from the field. I frankly would have expected a bit of a stronger performance from him. Has that been Raihan Rizky playing well for LA, you think, or is he having a bit of a off night?
I think offensively it's an off night, but he's a great defensive player, a great vet. I think he's doing what he's doing. We can clearly see that they're getting tired guarding him, even though he's missing these shots and having good defense play. They're using a lot of energy. So he's doing his job. It's just not showing up on paper.
Also worth noting, Anthony King, 0 for 2 in this game, has disappeared. When you look at the LA side of things, as we scroll by the San Francisco bench here, and also not anybody jumping off the page. Carl Joseph, the leading scorer in the first half, had a hot start, 8 points, 5 assists, and a steal. Strunk, only 2 of 5 from the field. Sakuragi, 2 of 7. And yet, if I told you no one in LA's starting lineup was scoring 10 points or more in the first half and they'd still be up at the half, what would you have to say? Probably something about that bench strength.
I would have been surprised before the game, but now seeing how it's playing out, they're really showing that LA's depth is probably one of the best, if not the best in the league, even able to keep up with high-scoring teams and great starting lineups like San Fran.
10 points to 6 in favor of LA's bench versus San Francisco's. And yet it's only a 1-point game at the half as we get the action started here. DiPieri wing shot didn't go, and Jayas grabs the rebound. Anthony King finally knocks down a 3. San Francisco will need more of that if they want to win today, but that's a good shot to get him going. Strong, step back, mid-range, got it. And so we are even at 35. This is Jayas with it on the wing. He gets blocked by Sakuragi. Sakuragi, not known for his defensive prowess, more known for his turnovers as he loses the ball there to Carlo. And this is Carlo at the other end, who will knock on the mid-range jumper. 4 points, 4 rebounds, a steal and a block for the former first overall pick as Joseph misses on a 3 there, and King grabs the rebound. Hickman, step back three-pointer, didn't get it. That would have put San Francisco up by 5, which would have been their largest lead of the game. Instead, they're down 1 as Poland Strunk, who's hit 2 shots so far in this half, might be heating up. Jayos over to Carlo, knocks down the mid-range J. 39-38, and Joseph not able to get that one to go from three-point range. Carlo on the rebound. King at the other end can't hit the 3. Just 1 of 4 from him on the day. Strong three-pointer, got it. Poland Strong certainly heating up. He's got 14 now. At the other end, Anthony King able to answer. So the stars starting to shine here for LA and San Francisco. Joseph alley-oop, and Sakuragi won't miss that time. Missed 2 dunks earlier in this game. Now he's up to 6.7 rebounds. King mid-range step back. No! The open look. That's another one of those that San Francisco has missed. At the other end, Rizky just unable to get beyond the overwhelming presence of Jor-El, and Jayos hits a 3 there. That's Hickman on the assist. 11 from Jayos, 11 from Carl Joseph as he knocks down a 3. 46-45, back and forth they go. San Francisco calling a timeout.
San Francisco Quakes, they're definitely making the ground shake, but these stars are shooting. It's really going to see who's going to come out now because everyone's warmed up. Seems that everyone has some cold boots to get this game started, but it's time to play ball. They're shooting it from downtown, going back and forth. I think if Anthony King doesn't start hitting, then this San Fran team is going to start getting outscored. LA, after the timeout, is going to have that 1-point lead. And I think if this keeps going how it is and you let Carl and Poland heat up, it's going to be a quick day in space because the stars are going to shoot them down.
Certainly an interesting point to note regarding the heating up here. Well, we look at the units out on the floor for both teams. Strong remains out, but King goes to the bench for San Francisco, as does Jayos and Hickman. Lineup for San Francisco is Robinson, Santos, Lowry, Dawes 20, and Sir Shooter. For LA, Strong, Rosario, Kryptonite, Sakuragi, and Rizky. Still no Jesus James. Here is Sir Shooter on a layup, and he's giving them some good minutes off the bench, able to get that one to go. Sakuragi driving on Dawes 20, no good there. That's what San Francisco likes Dawes 20 for, those defensive spots off the bench. Sir Shooter corner 3, that time no good. Rebound out to the Kryptonite. Rizky short shot, laid it up and in. And Strong on the assist in his rare moments at point guard here as Sir Shooter able to get that one to go. Strong puts one up, puts it in. 16 points from him. This is Felipe Santos on the wing. He's been pretty quiet today, but he'll get that one to go. 4 points on the day. Strong over to Sakuragi. Sakuragi will try to get a drive going here on Santos. Gets by him. Sakuragi mid-range shot is good. 8 points, 8 rebounds from the Japanese veteran. Sir Shooter able to get that one to go as well. He's got 8 points off the bench. Poland Strong into the paint, blocked by Sir Shooter. Shooter giving San Francisco big minutes here with their A-list stars off the floor. Can he hit a 3? He cannot. 0 for 2 from outside today as Kryptonite grabs the rebound, and it is Kryptonite at the other end attacking the rim and punching it down. San Francisco calls its final timeout. So they don't go underwater with the A-list stars off the floor, but it is still a 1-point game with 2:15 to go.
It's always odd seeing Poland switch over to the guard position. Feel like the team should run a little bit more 5-out and just let him kind of play some isolation. But, it's still a 1-point game. The Stars, their stars aren't really shining, but the Quakes also aren't hitting that hard. This is one of those low-scoring nights for that front court of Darth and Carlo. Definitely would like to see Hickman, King, Jayos step up a little bit more. Jayos is stepping up, but I feel like King and Hickman are a little bit silent, but it's enough to stay in the game. I think this is going to end up being a fourth quarter type of game, but really it's a battle of the benches right now. I believe Jesus James may not play this entire night, probably needs a rest, but it's going to be really interesting to see if Hark Rosario, Messakar can keep them in the game for the Lakes.
Funny to hear you say that, given that Jesus James actually just coming into the game here with 2:15 to go. We look at the lineups. It's Robinson as King gets blocked on a 3. King, Lowe, Jor-El, and Hickman for San Francisco. For LA, it's Joseph, Rosario as Strong heads to the bench, Jesus James, Sakuragi, and Tobias DiPieri. Still 2:12 to go. Plenty of time for more fireworks. And this is Carl Joseph looking to get some going. Throws the lob. And Jesus James impact immediately felt. LA stretches the lead to 3. Anthony King, who's 2 of 7 on the day, takes the mid-range J and knocks it through. LA will call a timeout. Joseph over to Strunk, who's back in the game, and right off the bench. Seems like his seat must have been warm because he's on fire. Up by 4 now they are. King misses on a 3, Sakuragi the rebound. This is Joseph driving into the paint, puts it up, and puts it in. 6-point lead for LA. Minute 40 to go. King on a 3-pointer, didn't get it. Strunk the rebound. Joseph to Strunk, 3-pointer. Would have put him up by 9. Instead, it's Jorel taking it the other way. And this is Anthony King. Big shot. Didn't get it. He's 2 of 9 from downtown. 90 seconds to go in this game. This is Strunk. Again, can't hit. Starting to cool off a bit. Much to San Francisco's benefit as Jayos misses a 3. Neither team capitalizing on their opportunities here. Joseph misses on a 3 now. He's up to a double-double on the day, by the way. And King finally able to get one to go. Cuts it back down to 3. Strunk answers with a 3 of his own. 22 from Poland Strunk. Jayos can't respond with his 3. Now, big opportunity for LA to stretch the lead to a 3-possession one, and they cannot. Joseph misses. King at the other end for San Francisco. 11 points on 4 of 12 shooting. Instead, he dishes to Carlo, who's been consistent, and he gets that one to go. 64-60, 52 seconds to go here. Both of the starters back in. We could be heading for an all-time classic ending here.
Definitely could. I don't really understand LA's decision. If they're not fully resting Jesus James, why only put him in for 1 second? He's definitely somebody that could have split this game for the Stars, I feel like, but it's an interesting decision. I feel like this game is really being saved right now from the fact that don't know what's happening with Anthony King, but shooting 33% on the night as one of the leading scorers, one of the best teams in the league, it just isn't getting the job done. We're talking 8 possessions, over 16 possible points that could have been gapped. Luckily, it's only a 4-point game right now. If they don't clean it up in this last minute, they're not going to bring this deficit down. And I think Strong and Carr are probably going to be able to close this game out, but it's going to be interesting in this last minute.
San Francisco will have to feel lucky to still be in this game. But they are still in this game. With 52 seconds left, down by just 4, LA ball. As LA has struggled to put the game away, and they won't do it here. Big offensive rebound, though, after the Carlo blocked by Sakuragi, who has 11 boards on the day. And he throws up the alley-oop, which DiPieri finishes. Kind of a broken play, probably not how they drew it up, but it works. And King, big 3-pointer for San Francisco, keeping them in the game. 37 seconds to go. This is Strong. Mid-range, step back, butter. 30 seconds to go, 5-point lead for LA. Jayos in the mid-range, he's only 4 of 12 as well. Takes a step back and gets it to go. San Francisco hanging on here. Strunk over King. Did not get it. The contest from Anthony King. At the other end, Jayos blocked by Strunk on a 3. 14 seconds to go. LA can run the clock out. Strunk, 9 seconds. Looking, can't get it out. Gives to Sakuragi, who throws the ball at the rim. He threw it away. He threw it away. 3 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. Take a break here. Jayos putting the shot up. Oh, catch the breath.
I have no clue. I think the Stars were trying to hold the ball, but that's not who you want taking that shot. A veteran, of course, but that was certainly a rookie mistake.
Go back and look at this. A rookie mistake made by veterans. Strunk unable to find somewhere, gives the ball to Sakuragi, who throws it up at the rim. Anthony King coming down with a rebound. 5 seconds in this game. Jayos, 3-pointer. It's good! We are tied!
They had the game. You just look for an easy 2 right there. Even if you have to give it a second or 2, I do not understand what the play call for the Stars were. This is giving them a chance. Stanford hasn't played good tonight, but this is giving them a chance. This is not a team you want to give a chance.
Still 3 seconds to go in this game. Time for LA to do something. No timeouts. Carl Joseph, step back for the win. He got it! Carl Joseph, how do you do?
If you have a wish, it's better be on a shooting star. Ain't no way better than prime time HLT from downtown. Give them 3, Stanford.
big-time shot from a big-time player. Joseph, 16 points on the night, including the 3 that win the game for LA. San Francisco sent packing to 3-1. LA shooting off to 4-0. And this did not disappoint. What a finish. LA will feel fortunate to come away with the win, but sometimes, Beef, you got to lean on your stars, and they did that tonight.
They definitely did. I mean, this game was really just, it could have gone either way, all the way up the stretch. Both teams kind of had lackadaisical, but like I said at the half, if this game was going to be even, we know how the Stars get. They get the shooting straight from downtown, Hawk, Poland, Carl, and we saw what happened. Even though it was a close game, a couple mistakes by the Stars not playing Jesus James was a little bit of a question tonight rather than one possession, but they come away with the victory, so that's all that matters.
All that matters at the end, indeed. And Hanamichi Sakuragi and Poland Strong will probably be the 2 happiest players about this game, given that their gaffe is made up for by the 2-time Finals MVP, Carl Joseph, reminding us why he is Carl Clutch. So 71-68, how it ends. We take a quick look at the box score here. Not a lot to separate the teams, but you have to pick on San Francisco's 3-point shooting. 33% from the field, 10 of 30. LA goes 13 of 25, and those 3 threes certainly were the difference, don't you think?
Certainly, every shot mattered in this one. There was some bad shooting tonight. You know, some players on teams got to step up, but luckily, Stars pull out with the win.
Take a look at the San Francisco box score. The leading scorer for them, if I'm not mistaken tonight, was Jayos, but bit misleading. 16 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Jor-El did not score in the second half, did not even take a shot. He and Carlo combined for 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Certainly questionable why they didn't get the ball more.
This is one of the biggest things I was saying. I think they didn't get the ball more because they were getting tired out. And I don't think the San Fran coach wanted to feed them shots, knowing that they were going to have to play defense, always expecting Jesus James to come in. If you notice, Darth and Carlo were in a vast majority of the game, even though the LA Stars weren't putting in Jesus James. Just the anticipation of that threat, I think, let them get gassed. They weren't able to perform. Much like what happened against Arizona, where they had to play a defensive side of the game. And that's what happened tonight. They played defensive, but they truly needed offensive efficiency.
Certainly worth noting, too, San Francisco got 8 points from Sir Shooter off the bench. The rest of the bench, 4 players who played about combined 5 minutes of action, which in a 10-minute game is a good amount of time, only 6 points. For LA, it was Strong who gets the player of the game nod with 24 points, if I remember correctly, 18 of which came in the second half. But Joseph's obviously hitting the game winner, 16 points, 11 assists from him, scored 8 in each half. Sakuragi had 8 despite shooting 4 of 11, but he got 11 rebounds, one of which was a big offensive rebound in the alley-oop to DiPieri, who himself scored 5. One interesting thing here, Rizky, only 4 points, 6 rebounds, but he holds Jor-El to 8 points and 10 rebounds. Obviously, Jor-El the better performer on paper, but LA clearly likes this matchup, and clearly they can win with it, too.
I think one of the biggest things that is noted is that Darth will always play good defense, but what he is not guaranteed to do, that he can do against lesser opponents in the league, is come out with really strong offense. I think that the offensive side was what LA Stars were looking at, and so they put Risky on him the entire game to keep him from scoring a lot, and it pays out in the end.
It does indeed. We take a last look at the bench here. LA's bench, as we noted for San Francisco, only 14 points off the bench. 14 points as well for LA, but much more evenly distributed. Rosario had 5, Massacard 3, Kryptonite 4, and Jesus James with the 1 dunk. LA, that shows the closeness of this game, but LA comes out on top, 71-68. So that's going to end our coverage of this game. Any closing thoughts, Beef?
Great show for these two teams. I'm really expecting these teams to go far. Clearly, 2 playoff teams. I'm very interested to see how they develop. Very interested to see their health as well. We know that the Stars have a reputation for being pretty healthy. The San Fran team, though, I love to see the health of Joss and both King and see how the development goes. I think both these teams are going to shine, but week by week we'll see where they go. But it's been a great time casting with you, Stockmark.
Indeed, thank you so much for coming on to the broadcast, and that is going to conclude it with LA moving to 4-0, San Francisco to 3-1. We'll probably see some more games like this between these two, as you mentioned in the playoffs. But for now, thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast of the HLA on Hoops League TV. For all of us in the Hoops League office, for Quality Game, the creator of the game, and for Beef Jerky, my co-commentator today, this is Cyclops Nick saying, have a great evening, a blessed remainder of the Holy Week and the Holy Season, and we'll see you next time on Hoops League TV.